Good morning.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Johan. So good to see you, Reverend
Oh,
Barbara.
yeah. Oh my God. Look at all those sunflowers. Wow. That's
My
so beautiful. Come on, Johan.
Good morning,
Oh my
Barbara.
God. Look at those sunflowers.
Wow,
That's,
my God, are they real?
They
I
are
bet they
real.
are. Oh,
Jochen, did you know you sent them from Berlin from your travels? So they came to my apartment.
Ah,
oh, that's so sweet. So sweet. Oh gosh,
yes.
Here's
that's
Miss
so
Heather.
beautiful. Hi, Heather. Good
Hi,
morning.
Heather.
Heather was the
Wow.
one who planted all the sunflowers around me.
Yes, beautiful
That's
arranged.
so beautiful.
It was fun.
Wow.
So you are the center of the sunflowers.
Yeah.
Right, Johan. That's right. Wow. That's beautiful.
It
So
is.
It is
beautiful.
beautiful. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Being in our apartment, it's just so cheery.
Yes, yes. It's like everything is so just uplifted.
Yeah.
And you've got this, I guess that's your window or a lamp or something, this bright, bright
It's a
white
lamp.
light.
It's a lamp.
That's a
Oh,
lamp.
yeah. Nice. Just so, gosh, that's so
Oh,
beautiful.
wow, yes.
Hey,
Can I take a
Tammy.
picture?
Of course.
Oh
Absolutely.
my gosh. Yeah, get Heather in
Cheese.
there too. Nice. Thank you. That is just so beautiful.
Thank you.
So
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Mhm.
Well, we want a nice, I'm just so blessed having all of you family. And so bring joy, right? Bring joy
Yes.
and positive energy amid what we're going through, right?
Whew.
It really
It's
is.
tough in New York, I hear.
It is tough in New York. And of course, it's sparking a lot of conversations, which we can get into at another time.
Right.
But
It's going to get tougher because there's a news conference going on now that Attorney General finding Cuomo guilty of all the sexual harassment.
Oh,
oh my
what?
gosh.
Really?
Yep. Bill just dragged me in there. I said, I got to go.
Wow. They found him guilty.
Attorney General did. Yeah.
AG.
I guess they're believing the stories
Wow.
or the testimony or whatever.
Is that Letitia James?
One of the accusers?
No, the AG.
Oh, I believe so.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Wow.
Jochen, just to let you know
Anyway,
that the
Yeah.
governor of New York has been accused of sexual harassment of some of the people working with him. So, so
and
that
he totally blew it off and has
Yeah.
just tried to sweep it under the rug for like a long time, the last like year ago. I don't know how long. It's been a while.
right,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, every dog has his day, baby. There's only the truth.
Exactly. Oh, good morning, Rita. She's back from New
Hi, Rita.
Yeah,
Morning.
Oh,
the blueberry queen.
the
Hampshire.
blueberry queen.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
So good to
Happy
see you.
Tuesday.
And so I thought I would read something from Adria. I don't know where Adria is, but
Ah.
I thought I would share Adria's energy. And she shared with me a wonderful reading from John O'Donohue.
Oh, wonderful. Oh,
John O'Donohue is
yes.
an author,
Ooh,
and I think he
was.
died a
Yeah.
while ago, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
this is a reading from a book called Beauty, the Invisible Embrace. So I felt that this might be nice to read for today's commentary. Then we can kind of share our thoughts about it. So good morning, Miss
Good
Linda.
Hi,
morning,
Linda.
everybody.
Hi.
Oh, Donahue.
It's John
Oh, Donnie.
O'Donoghue.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me read the reading and um, oh, yeah. So, John O'Donoghue, he was an Irish poet, an author, a priest, and a Hegelian philosopher. He's a native Irish speaker, and as an author, he's best known for popularizing Celtic spirituality.
Hmm.
And he died in 2008. So he actually died quite young.
Mhm.
So, anyway, I think that's, thank you. So today's so he has a book of readings for the day. So today is the 3rd of August, 2021. And this is the reading that Adria just sent to me this morning. I just opened it up and I said, oh my gosh, this would be nice to read. What you encounter, recognize, or discover depends to a large degree on the quality of your approach. Many of the ancient cultures practice careful rituals of approach. An encounter of depth and spirit was preceded by careful preparation. When we approach with reverence, great things decide to approach us. Our real life comes to the surface, and as light awakens the concealed beauty in things. When we walk on the earth with reverence, beauty will decide to trust us. The rushed heart and arrogant mind lack the gentleness and patience to enter that embrace. So that's the reading from John O'Donohue. It's very simple, elegant, and so I thought I'd ask you, what are your thoughts about this? So kind of give you some time,
I'll go quickly.
please.
Yeah, it's funny because I was feeling very, like my confidence is up today. And I was talking about approaching something, and I think the words that we use, I've been thinking about like good over evil and just some of the things that are, in my circle. And I thought, I just don't like that word evil.
Mm,
So I decided, where do those feelings come from? And it's really the base feelings for me, which is fear and love. So
right,
I'm just approaching things with saying love over fear
exactly.
instead of good over evil. So I think that's my approach. I don't know how reverent it is, but it's exactly what I was thinking about today, is a different approach, I guess,
Right.
like he was saying. So, and I'm just feeling really good about that. I'm not, it's just, it's a whole different energy when I'm thinking of it that way.
Mhm.
A lot of people do things that, and we're all experiencing that, and it's really coming from fear. So, and I feel bad sometimes for them. um, but that's my take on that today. It's very interesting, very synchronistic for me.
Ah, thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing. Absolutely. Anybody else have any thoughts
It was
about?
interesting you said that, because the other day when I think it was Mary Beth had on an evil eye and she was hoping nobody took offense to it.
Right.
But I was thinking the same thing, like, why did they call it an evil eye? Why don't they call it, so I was really thinking about the words we choose, and we don't even have to use those words. We don't even have to use
Mhm.
evil or fear, or
Mhm.
we just put out love. We just put out this. We don't have to put one against the other.
Right.
Mhm.
And also, on another note, I had to look up reverence. I mean, I've heard the word, but I didn't know exactly what it meant. Like, so it means a deep respect for someone or something.
Mhm.
So Matt, maybe rather than calling it the evil eye, maybe it's called the eye of love or the
Mm.
eye of openness or something like that.
Right.
Why is that, creating that chi energy of,
Mhm.
of like this, but if you say it in a different way, obviously it's a different approach. And that's what this
Yeah.
reading is about. It's a different approach.
Yeah.
Eye of love.
Eye of
Mhm.
love. It's the eye of love. So Mary Beth has the eye of love surrounding her.
Oh, that's a good, that's a good way to look at it. And I don't know that and thank you, Heather, for reverence, because I went to Catholic school and I'm thinking, isn't that nun? Not something to do with Sister Nina? I never got my knuckles hit with a ruler, but some people did. So reverence was associated with that sometimes, but very interesting. I never thought of it as an against, more as a protection. Not a protection, but just to, because when you love or you're open, there's a learning of like how to surf and not be affected maybe by or hurt by something that someone else is doing that's in their own sphere of being. So, not that they're evil and you are, it just sort of, and protection even within the context of this beautiful, what is it? Talk? No, what you read. And I can't feel my fingers this morning for somehow it's going up to my head. But just this idea of the balance and riding a wave. And so you certainly would, if a wave was coming, that you would move a little more aggressively perhaps on your surfboard. So I've seen. And so I agree with Heather basically in what is and Tammy and what's being shared. And I love that you guys shared, because I've been dealing with a similar, very, very synchronous topic, and how to face, information and decisions, and, wow, oh, this isn't going to be like what I thought. So, how would we approach this? So, someone's going to be happy they're not going to get a mean phone call today. Thank you, ladies. No, I had to decide on some medical issues and people who didn't take people whose job. I don't even know how to say that within the context of being evil eye correct, lovingly correct. No, but trying to make the right. Even something like that is perfect. How do you handle a wave that with love, and not fall over yourself, and not pollute the water, or something? Maybe someone else could go. Sorry.
Thank you, Erica.
Sorry.
Okay.
Someone else would like to share any thoughts?
Well, I'd like to share, I liked the first sentence. What you encounter, recognize, or discover depends to a large degree on the quality of your approach. And I just think that was really powerful, because what we put out, we get back. And when we get in these stressful situations, we tend to not handle it with reverence, or we tend to go into that fear place, or that, oh God, I got it, so I'm having some issues with my car and it's turned into this major, huge thing. But I notice my energy of how I'm approaching the situation. I just need to go back into, okay, calm down, everything will be okay. Follow the signs or follow the information, and then not get into this, oh my God, what do I do? It's more work than my car is worth, and how do I get RD to the doctor, and blah blah blah, so I'm noticing me going back and forth into that place, and I just have to step back and just be like, everything's okay. So it's how we approach that. What I'm getting at is the first sentence was how we approach something is what we get back.
Thank you. Jochen.
Oh, thank you, Heather, for helping me. Let me say, it's just the car which is broken, not your life or something else. It's just a car, and it's a machine, and it can break. So yes, now I completely understand what you mean with approach to a thing. Don't give it too much. Don't give it too much power to your life.
Right.
This is a car. This is a thing. It can break. So even in how you meet people. I mean, you can say, oh, this is very offending what someone said to me. Or you can say, well, he had a bad day and I'm just the first one he sees, and I'm the, you know, how the Blitzableiter, the on the roof, the where you where the lightnings are going in to the house. What is this called?
Um, the
Of the
lightning,
top of the
chimney,
roof.
the
Huh?
the lightning
I
hit the top of the chimney or the roof.
Yes,
A lightning rod?
yes. So sometimes you are just that if you meet someone and he's telling you something very stupid in your eyes, stupid would be good, but don't feel offended. I think I often felt too much offended by things.
Mm.
And this went to my story and I made it up myself. So better to step back and just let people talk and just feel more love, feel
Mhm.
more love,
Mhm.
even if someone is offending you. I think he didn't want it or she didn't want it.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Yoken. Thank you.
I'm the same way. I think sometimes we tend to take things personally and it's not meant towards us or at us. It's just like you
Right.
said, a person's in a bad mood or they had a bad day and we're easy to take it out on and then we take it personally when it had nothing to do with us.
Right.
Mm.
I'm learning that now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rita.
Yes,
I think
yes, it's very synchronistic because when I've been wanting to go to New Hampshire for the entire month of July, and every time it's the day of leaving, the car's packed and I haven't left. So last weekend I finally made it up and drove to my favorite blueberry farm, and the road
Mm.
was closed.
Oh no.
Ah,
Thursday night, they had a massive rainfall and the roads were washed out.
mm.
They said
Wow.
it's a 100-year historic rainfall.
Wow.
So I ended up, thinking, oh my God, what a waste of time. I went all the way up here and was really down for a while. And then I, got myself up and like you said, and found 4 more blueberry farms. They're smaller and the berries were softer because of all the rain. The berries are very soft and don't last as long. But I did, go to all the 4 more blueberry farms and picked and got to see the family. But with the being by myself for the last year and a half, I have become very sensitive
Mm.
to people and their emotions and things they say. So this is perfect. I've got to really consider it because my brother-in-law said a couple of things on my sister's email. He texted me on her phone and nasty things because someone had complained about them and I passed it on to them just to let them know. And he was taking it out on me, even though I wasn't the one. And I had said to them, just say that you are my guests and then people will leave you alone because they were, trespassing somewhere. And so I said, just, told my sister, and this was years ago. Told my sister, just say that you're my guests and, it'll be okay. But so I have to learn to let go, all of the people who have these negative words thrown at me and just sort of fend them off and let them go and just think of the nice people that I brought blueberries to. I didn't get too many blueberries, but there were a couple of people in the neighborhood who've been very nice to me and helped with the snow removal in the winter. So I gave them blueberries and they were really appreciative. So to focus on the positive and the loving and let the rest of it go.
Oh, thank you for sharing, Rita. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. I'm glad you're able to get to some blueberry farms. I hope you got some for yourself.
Yes, I did freeze a lot of them because they were so soft because of all the rain. They weren't lasting. Normally they last 2 weeks, but they started getting soft after 2 days.
Wow.
I froze them for the winter.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, good. Good girl. Good girl. The urban farmer.
Yeah, it's been a really bad season for the farmers in New York. Our farmer that we go to, they're really hurting this year because so many crops are ruined because of how much rain they've had.
Yeah, they were saying the farmers up in New Hampshire that I went to the farmers markets were saying the same thing. One said he was going to just plow over all of his zucchinis because they were rotting on the vines. Yeah, it's so sad.
Very
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
I wish we could kind of move the rain over to the West
Right.
Coast
Yes,
to try to help them, right?
where they need it.
Totally.
They really need it. And how about you, Linda? What are your thoughts?
I agree with what everyone is saying. And well, I have used to also hear about, as far not to call it the evil eye, I've seen read the angel eye. That's what I've heard. One healer calls it the angel eye. So I was like, oh, angel eye. That's a really
That's a
interesting.
nice way.
I like it that way. That's a nice
Me
way to
too.
say it. Definitely the way you approach things is important. Like yesterday, I had to get a refund back from a bus trip I'm going to go on, and I didn't want to be mean to the person, and she still wants to retain the friendship, but she was concerned like to have no refunds, and I didn't know that. So long story short, I just approached it, as nicely as I could, and just said, this is what's going to go on, and I understand it's an issue. And it's no refund, but I'm not working right now, and my mother's a senior. She paid for the trip, so she did give me the money back, so I was happy, and we still have a friendship, so it was good. Like you said, it's all about the approach.
Ah,
Yeah, on it.
thank
So
you.
you're
Yep,
welcome.
it's
Thank
about the
you.
approach. Exactly.
In reference.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And this is the refund for the trip that you and your mom.
No, this is for a trip we're gonna go on to next week in Atlantic City.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
the one for Atlantic City.
Ah,
Yeah, she was disappointed a bit, but I know she will find something else to do. It's just too many hours, and what were you doing with those hours? It's just there's no place to really sit around. So
right. Right.
yeah,
Exactly. I'm glad
should be
it
bored.
worked out.
Yes, me too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Reverend Barbara in
Mm.
pink.
Yes, it is pink, isn't it?
Pretty in pink.
I lost it. Anyway, I agree with what everyone has said. Be grounded in love, relating to what Tammy was talking about, and Johan, and Heather, and everybody. I resonate with everything. How we vibrate is what we call to us a lot of times, and yeah, how we respond. It depends on where we are in our lives in the moment. We can't always be in the place where I think it's one of the agreements that Ruiz talked about. I forgot his first name, Miguel Ruiz. Don't take anything personally, because what people do, it's not about us, it's about who they are and what's going on with them. And so it's not good to always respond to what people do and say. It's just that we are human, and so sometimes there is this reaction that we feel within us, and sometimes we want to speak about that. But also, like Rita, being isolated for such a long time, yeah, and then when you go out, you're very, very sensitive, you're very open, and someone says or does something, and you feel it. You absolutely feel it, and there's a tendency to want to defend or react. So this coming back out, it's taking time. It really is taking time to readjust, and it's kind of difficult. But love, to be grounded in love, whatever is happening, to shift back to love. And I like this idea of rather than focus on this or that, to just focus on exactly what it is and who you want to be, and that is love. For myself in particular, when people talk about evil and the devil, well, I don't believe in the devil. Who is that? you know? That means that I believe in God, and then I have to believe in the devil too, and I can't do that. I'm only going to believe in God because I believe God is unconditional love, and that's what I resonate with. I don't resonate with the other, so I don't engage in it at all. Something funny with what Mary Beth was saying about the wave. Well, maybe if we remember that we are the ocean, and as long as we remember and know that we are the ocean, a little wave, well, that's part of us too. When you think about a rose and the thorns, well, the thorns are part of the beauty that makes that flower so beautiful. Stay grounded in love. Stay grounded in love
Thank
as
you.
best you can.
Thank you. Well, I think sometimes in a lot of these situations, people don't forget, get all these thorns caught into them, or the waves toss them, onto the ground. And then, of course, they're still trying to shake themselves off of what
Mhm.
just happened. And for my situation, with this client, so I still haven't spoken to the client just yet, but I'm feeling very good, and just all of your comments is resonating with me. So actually, I love the sign from Linda. Said, "Oh, you resolved it. You got, they got their
Right.
on. It was okay. You maintained the friendship." And what Joachim said, it's a machine. Not to say that she's a machine, but I think there's the machine of all of those legal issues that that. And then here, the second, I'm going to reread the second line of this thing. After about the quality of your approach, it says many of the ancient cultures practice careful rituals of approach. An encounter of depth and spirit was preceded by careful preparation. So here, the client actually gave me beautiful gifts, for the retainer, in 9 red envelope, beautiful gifts of stones and incense. And Heather created a little altar, and we blessed this altar to say, that we're going to keep open this wonderful communication or clarity of communication. Talk about the intention, and I hope to maintain a friendship, and and just keep the highest good. So, and also talk about the feng shui. Heather created this beautiful field of sunflowers. So,
Yes.
usually I FaceTime the client, so hopefully she'll open her FaceTime, and if she doesn't, maybe I'll just send the picture and say, I'm trying to reach you, and I'm trying to reach you with this openness of communication, and maybe that's about it. And just text her a picture and say, I'm open to a communication. So that anyway, all of these, all of your sharings is kind of like contributing towards this approach, and talk about the ritual. And so I really thank Adria for this reading.
Yeah.
So it's really, the reading was for today, and we're all dealing with our issues, whether it was with the doctors or with the car or with the, and actually I love what Rita was saying. We have been isolated. And so
Mhm.
now we're much more sensitive. My client has been isolated. I've been isolated.
Right.
Each of us have been isolated. And so it's not the same as it was before, where we interacted with each other. And so we're able to exercise our chi energy with others. But somehow our exercise, and as talk about exercise for my health, I haven't done it because, I've been, I create this excuse, I've been, indoors, or, I don't have my physical therapy. So, all of these things kind of like contributed toward the sensitivities of where we are about how we react to different situations. So, how we look at the approach, and, talk about the higher perspective of and, maintain that. So anyway,
That
um,
was beautiful. Whatever that was,
Yeah,
what was that? That was not, that sounded like a gong.
I know.
Wow.
Tammy,
Oh, Johan was going to say something.
oh, Johan.
Well, it's always at noon your time. It's 6 o'clock
Oh.
my time. It's my
Oh.
grandfather's clock.
Oh, that was,
Oh,
that was beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's nice.
Wow.
Nice accent to what RD was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
wow.
bells.
Well, thank you, RD, for
Yeah.
rereading that about the ritual. I'm going to have a potential situation this weekend when I go away to my nephew's, and that's just made me feel really like what I need to do beforehand, to just stay with a positive approach and not go. It's going to be a great weekend. There's just some family drama going on. So thank you for that, because now I can, just prepare myself with a little ritual, I think, beforehand, and just take a different approach than just feeding into like negative talk.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is nice.
So talk about a feng shui transcendental solution. Bring
Mhm.
a bouquet of sunflowers with you.
Oh, I am bringing flowers.
Oh, wonderful.
And it's not the people that I'm with
I
who
know.
are going to, that is really the issue. It's the people who are going to be absent.
Got it.
That's causing
Right.
some tension.
Right.
So, yeah. But I'm bringing flowers for sure.
Okay.
So in a way, actually, Heather brought flowers for good luck for all of us.
Gosh.
So,
Thank you.
I feel as though I'm in the land of Oz. I'm one of the.
Yes.
Thank you, Heather. It's beautiful.
So
You're
we'll
bringing the country.
Well, I think also when we talk about with the ritual, it's the same as just giving positive energy. It's also the same as the power of prayer. And we put time and intention into anything, then we're kind of like with Natasha. I took all the gifts she gave RD and I did make a little altar and kind of blessed it and put energy into it. But what I was really doing is kind of clearing the air or clearing the energy.
Yeah.
And so it's however you feel you want to do it, but I think it's all the same, but it's just putting that intention before. And then it does change your approach. Like we could be angry at her, and if you saw the email she wrote, it like blew me away. And at first it did touch upon my anger, and I could stay in that space. And I've totally done a 360, and I'm just sending her love and realize it's just where she's at, and I'm not taking it personal. So it's a
Wow.
lot of lessons, and it's a real
Yeah.
blessing that she wrote this email, because it's really teaching us a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then really quick on the evil eye again. No, but I was gonna say, it's also the power that we give to words. So for me, I always loved the evil eye, and in high school or college, my friend would go, and I was like, "Bring me back some evil eyes." Like I love them from Greece, and she would bring me back like a little charm or a little ring, and I never looked at it as a evil or negative. I always thought of them as fun and exciting and from another culture.
Mhm.
So it's also, I think, the power we give to words and give to
Mhm.
objects, but I always loved the evil eye and never looked at it as, I think they're just words. So it's not bad or not good. It's the power that we give them.
Mhm.
And someone else said really quick, is on that point, Heather, when the idea of this angel eye came out, I mean, that's how, in a way, could represent how we see through love. And I'm not great with the words, so I understand people can misunderstand the power that may or may not be intended. So I love that point too, because it is what it is. I love the evil eye too. I used to have earrings. Someone had them and I wanted them, and I didn't take them from them. I said, "Oh, where did you get them?" and got them. So, but I love the angel eye, and I love that idea. And this has been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, actually, in a way, talk about the strength of our family here. So all of our shares is contributing to a little piece of the puzzle to gain a perspective of how we approach things.
Mhm.
And all of our sharings here, I truly, truly appreciate it because it's a much greater feeling, or I don't know whether the greater is the proper word, but it's a much more profound feeling for all of us to share because that gives us guidance about how we can move on to the next part of whatever that we do and in whatever situation. And life is as Mary Beth is like, it's like the surf, it's like we're on surfboards and we're moving in and out of the waves, and we have to, go twists and turns, and then we just listen to the grandfather clock. He'll just say,
That's beautiful.
anyway, on that point, let's do a meditation. How about that? Talk about the ringing of noontime. So let's do a nice 10-minute meditation. How about that?
It's interesting too with the surfing. That's all about balance. You have to maintain balance to stay on top of the wave.
That's right.
And you're gonna fall and you're gonna crash, but you always have to maintain that balance. I like that. I like that.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm going to mute everybody. And if you just relax in our chairs, oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here today. And have your feet flat on the floor and just sit comfortably in our chairs and just relax and breathe. And let's imagine just being outdoors in a field of sunflowers, happy, yellow, open petals to the sun and to the moon and to the rain. And let's begin our time together with the ringing of the bell. And just breathe and relax. And just relax our entire being, our heads and our necks. Relax our shoulders, our wings, our elbows, and even relax your hands. And if you wish, you can just open up your palms, relax your wrists and your fingers. Gently bring our attention to our hearts. And our hearts just floating peacefully on a beautiful lotus flower surrounded by purple and pink petals, just floating on a beautiful pond with koi fish gently swimming below the surface. Bring our attention to the dantian, the golden stove, and just welcome this chi energy of love, centering us, grounding us. Relax our hips and our thighs, just sitting so comfortably in our chairs, centered. Relax our knees and our legs, and then gently bring our attention to our feet, our heels, the soles, and even our toes, connecting to the solid earth beneath us. And just imagine just welcoming this positive, healthy chi energy of love and gratitude coming from the universe, gently, gently coursing through the central channel of our body, connecting to all the chakras, our throat chakra, our heart chakra, our base chakra, and then through our legs like the roots of the bamboo, going to the base of our feet, the bubbling spring point, and the roots continuing, connecting to the earth, heaven, humanity, and earth. And let's just take this time and just breathe and relax and just have an inner smile. Gently, gently continue breathing in and out as you're just sitting on a beautiful boat surrounded by the lotus flowers and the beautiful fish gently swimming below. Feel the gentle breezes, the blue skies, and the clouds above us, and feel the warmth of the sun, and just continue breathing gently in and out. And let's just gently gather together at the beach and walk towards the lighthouse. We all go up to the lantern of the lighthouse, to the outdoor balcony. And if you want to join me, just open up your arms or your wings or energetically and just have your palms open to the sun like the sunflowers. And just welcome the chi connecting to the Lao Gong, the scent of our palms, gently, gently connecting along all the meridians of our body, cleansing us, rejuvenating us, just filled with rainbow colored chi balls of love and of gratitude and of strength and of courage and of resilience. And just breathing in and breathing out the beauty and the power of Mother Nature. And gently, gently take our palms and put into a prayer position. And just relax in this mudra of thanks. And gently release our palms and place it over our hearts. Or over your hearts and your dantian, or maybe a gentle hug. And just breathing in and breathing out. And let's close with this beautiful mantra of love. Om Mani Padme Om. 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 The mudra, the mantra, filled with compassion and kindness and smiles and joy. And then gently, gently release and just rub your palms together. And slowly wake up our chi cells and then do a gentle caress on our face. And then a little tap dance. Tap, tap, tap along your jaws and along your mouth and along your eyes and your forehead and along the top of your head and the back of your head. And do a nice little ear rub. And then gently, gently, gently tap along the meridians along your arms, the bottom of your arms, along your shoulders. A tap on the back. You've been good for coming for today. And along your heart. And a little tap dance on the earth. And then do a nice stretch. Yes, it's the best day ever. Happy Tuesday. It's the 3rd of August, 2021. And I just want to thank you so much for being here today.